You are chosen for beautiful things, even broken.
Oh, what up, transitioning girlies? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Shampoo. Welcome. So I feel like you and I need to have this conversation about transitioning. Now, I feel like there is a lot of individuals out there who have this conversation about, curl patterns, choosing the big chop, should you keep your hair how it is, and just all of the things. But I feel like nobody talks about the mental portion and the emotional portion that you kind of go through, not kind of, but that you go through when transitioning, because it's not just about your hair, it's about your confidence and the mental games and all of the things that you kind of go through with transitioning. Now, I know you're looking at me right now and you're like, girl, you got a silk press. It's okay. We're not going to focus on that right now. It has been 12 weeks, so I did get a silk press so that I can get my hair trimmed. But don't worry, curls will be back in a couple days because this is already starting to get on my nerve, okay? You're going to see me looking down a few times because I wrote everything down on my phone that I wanted us to have a conversation about. So you're going to see me looking down. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is you might not recognize yourself for a while. I know that for me personally, when I went from straight hair over to start trying to transition and figure it all out and curls, patterns, and all the beautiful things, I kind of got into this place where I'm just like, bruh, who is this? Because I was so used to seeing myself with my straight hair for long periods of time that when it was time to start wearing the curls and doing the braid outs and the twist outs and all of the things, like I didn't have that same confidence. Like my light was not as bright as it was when I knew that my silk press was silk pressing and it was flat and it was beat and it was flowing with the wind. Now I'm stepping outside and I'm like, I have these curls that are unfamiliar. I don't really know them like how I knew my silk press. It's like reintroducing yourself to yourself because you're coming out of a place where you're comfortable. You're coming out of a place where it's like, this is where I'm used to being, and now I'm in the unknown. I'm in the unfamiliar. I do want to encourage you to embrace that place because once the confidence kind of starts kicking in and you start getting comfortable with your curls and getting to know them, then you kind of get into a better place. It's going to take you a while, and it may not even take you a while because some people adapt to change a little bit quickly. I'm used to change and I'm used to transitioning with moving around a lot as a child, so I'm used to change. But with my hair, that was something that was always the same, and it has been the same since, I don't know, I think my mom first silk pressed my hair when I was like 6 or 7. So that literally has been my life. That has been my identity. And now I'm waking up one day and just like, you know what? I really want my curls though. I've never seen myself like that. It's just something is drawing me towards that place. Embrace that place. Love that place. Be in that place. Just feel it and be like, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about the 2 texture phase and how it can truly test your patience. The 2 textures, bruh, it can really test to see if you have enough patience as you claim that you do with detangling. Listen, I have mentioned a bunch of times how the right side of my hair does what I need it to do and the left side just does not. Like it doesn't. So it definitely tested me to see if I even had enough patience to even walk this journey in the first place, because it is a tedious one when it comes down to learning your hair and again learning what it does and does not need or want, for that matter. Detangling one side can be easy. I know that with the left side it's easy to detangle, and then when I transition over to the right side it's not as easy to detangle. So you definitely get into a place where your patience is tested. You can become frustrated. It can make you want to cry. I know of a couple of times like I sat and cried because like the textures didn't blend, like, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, like it gives you the worst natural hair days. Like when you're doing a braid out, it's times where I did a braid out where it's like this side just kind of scrunched up more than the other side, or when I try to flexi rod and a permarize that for the first time and it didn't blend right. It didn't look right when I tried to do like a U-wig, and the left side just didn't blend like the right side. Like you're literally gonna have those days where it tests your patience and you're just like, man, why am I doing this? But you definitely have to push through those days because that's just a part of the journey when it comes down to wanting to transition, because you're literally telling your hair to do something different and your hair is like, but how? While you're also learning, but how? So I know it's crazy to say, but it's really the truth. Like your hair's like, but how? How do I curl? How do I do that? And you're just like, I don't know, but I need you to do it. Like it's this conversation that you have to have with your hair. So it definitely tests your patience. Again, I encourage you to just keep pushing through and keep going through. I still have that issue till today, and it's a year later. Okay, so next we're gonna talk about your product stash and how it would explode and how it's going to shrink. Now, at first you're gonna watch a lot of videos, and there's going to be a whole lot of influencers who are going to be encourage you to try this, that, and the third product. But then later on, you're going to learn that you only need a few key products. So I'm here to tell you, all you need is a good shampoo and conditioner as far as inputting that moisture. Now, with looking for a good shampoo, you should be able to start, literally, you should be able to finger detangle, like at least start doing that with your hair with the shampoo. Now, not too much. You're not looking for a real thorough detangle, but you should be able to kind of get your fingers going up in there. And then a really good conditioner from the same line. I always recommend that the shampoo and the conditioner be from the same line, so that way you can get that doubled moisture. And then with the conditioner, you should be able to thoroughly detangle your hair with ease. You know, you should be able to literally start detangling from the bottom and then work your way in. If you get stuck anywhere from here, you just want to, remove the comb, come back down to the bottom and work your way back up. But you should be able to detangle your hair with a good shampoo and a conditioner. I use Pantene Go Series. Love Pantene Go Series. I feel like the moisture does get into my hair, and it works well with the deep conditioner that I recently discovered works really well for my hair. But then a deep conditioner from there, and then a cream, a gel, and some oil. That works really good with your hair, so that way you can get, I feel, in my opinion, the best braid out, twist out, or a good wash and go. This next one is, not everybody's gonna get it. Not everyone is going to get it, and I feel that that is something beautiful, because if you don't get it, that means that I get to redefine me. This is my hair on my terms and not yours. I feel like that you finally put yourself into a place where I don't care what you think. This is what works for me. This is good hair. This is the hair that God gave me that grows out of my scalp, and it pulls another kind of confidence and boldness out of you. I know that last year I prayed, wow, it's all coming into fruition. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I kind of got choked up. That was so crazy, but it was a fruition moment for me. This is so real. How a year ago I prayed to the Lord, and I'm just like, Lord, I want to be more bold. I've always felt like I was shy and like kind of put myself on the back burner, like, okay, you could do it, you could go, it's good. Like I didn't want to put myself out there, but I felt that thing burning on the inside of me, and I felt like God pulled that out of me when it came down to my natural hair. It helped me step into a place where I was just like, well, this is my hair. And again, my dad was the first person who had told me, like, are you gonna do something to your hair? And I'm just like, my hair is done. Like, what do you mean? And I've always was the person, when it came down to my parents, I looked for their approval on everything, because obviously they're my parents. Like, if my mom and my dad did not like it, or they didn't think it was a good idea, I automatically felt it was a bad idea. But something on the inside of me was just like, but that's a good idea. Like, why you're not gonna do it? Because they, So I kind of feel like it pulls something out of you as far as like a boldness. And it puts you again into a place where you're just like, well, I don't need your approval. And now you get to see me on my terms. Okay. And another thing I feel like is not talked about is the curl pattern might surprise you. Now, I have curls, okay? The right side curls into this cute little curl that this side does. And I kind of feel like it's more of a wavy curl, like it's wave, but it's like that. And this one is more like a spiral, if you will. Now, you're gonna get into a place where as you're transitioning, you start to see like, oh, my curls actually don't look like what I thought that they might look like. Do not pay attention to that. Simply because you don't know what your hair is gonna look like until you're fully transitioned, until there is literally no more damage left and it's just your curls. So don't pay attention to it. Just only thing you want to pay attention to right now is making sure that your hair is healthy and that you're getting, you're retaining some kind of length. Like, that's what you want to pay attention to and focus on right now. Am I getting the moisture into my hair? Is my hair looking healthy? Am I having breakage? Is my hair shedding? Like, that's kind of what you want to focus on right now, not so much the curls. How much damage is left? You know, am I going to have to transition another year? Do I want to chop all of this off right now? Like, that's kind of the place that you want to focus on right now. You don't really want to focus on your curl pattern, because what you see right now may not be what you see a year from now once you're fully transitioned. You know, what's coming in right now is your hair is figuring it out. And it's going to be hard because you're going to see it. Because it's times where I was doing my hair and I, you know, combed it out, detangled it, and I seen the curls come out and then bounce back, and you see the straight. I was like, oh my gosh, look at my cute little curl. And it's like, okay, well, snap back. Let's not focus on that, because I don't know what it's going to look like next year. I learned that I have another year into transitioning but I'm doing good. You know, I was encouraged that, but you're doing good. I see the moisture, your hair is healthy, you're not having any shedding or any breakage, the elasticity is here, so you just have another year with transitioning on the severity of the damage that you had, okay? So focus on that right now. Okay, and lastly, because we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, because I really want you to stay encouraged. So lastly, you're going to gain a certain confidence that has nothing to do with your hair. I feel like I've entered into an era of confidence. Like, if I didn't have confidence before, I have the confidence now. I walk into rooms loud. And even though I'm silent and I walk lightly, I'm not heavy footed, so I walk lightly, my confidence is loud in the room that it makes people gravitate and look at me. So now my confidence in the way I walk and the way I carry myself matches my hair, even if it's a worse day. I'm still showing up confidently. So you're gonna experience a confidence in you that has nothing to do with your hair. You're gonna just be like, I just feel so good. I feel good. And then people are gonna come and say, like, oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. You look so pretty. Your hair is this, your hair is that. You're gonna just be like, bro, I just feel good. Like, it's gonna pull you out of a place. Like, I can't even explain it. It's just unexplainable. Like, it's just, you're gonna know when you arrive to that place, because you're just gonna wake up and it's just gonna be like, ooh, like I can't even explain it. I really can't even explain it, but you're definitely gonna arrive to a certain level of confidence that's gonna feel really good, and you're just gonna be, and your hair is gonna match that be. Like, I definitely encourage you to just stay strong along the journey. This is what I feel like I've experienced all of these throughout this whole year that I've been transitioning, and I have another year to go, so I don't even know what's getting ready to come later. But I feel like this is the emotional and physical and mental portion of transitioning that nobody talks about, because, bro, it gets hard and it gets tough. I don't know how many times I cried and how many days I was just like, I'm not doing a wash day today, or I'm not in the mood. I'm just gonna slick it back into a bun. And so many times I was so quick to silk press my hair. Like, I even had one week moment where I silk pressed my hair, and the silk press didn't even come out right. like it didn't even come out right. It was so wonky and it was so ugly, and I was just like, bro, I shouldn't have done this. And I just had to put it in a ponytail. Like, it didn't hit the same, because I knew I was already on a journey, and it was just like, I've already come too far to turn back, you know? So it definitely gets tough. But me personally, as someone who is transitioning, like, I'm coming to you raw. Like, this is raw footage. Like, everything that you see about my hair, I am in no way, shape, or form transitioned. I am transitioning, which is why this is a team and a community of transitioning girlies. Like, I'm encouraging you through the transition. A lot of influencers are telling you, well, this is what you do to your hair, and they're already transitioned. So it's kind of sometimes hard to receive. I know for me, it was so hard to receive, because I'm just like, well, where my transitioning girlies at? Like, where they at? Because I want to see what it looked like while you were transitioning. Like, let me see your actual hair. And then they show you pictures, and it was just like, yeah, but it's not the same, because your confidence is already in a different place. Like, your hair is already in a different place. So you're talking to me from a healed place. Like, let's see the journey of healing. And that's what I'm bringing to you, the raw journey of healing, which is why I'm talking to you right now with a silk press. So just keep going, and keep going, okay? Like, just when you can't do anything else but stand. Like, just keep going. So I hope that you feel more encouraged If you are starting on your journey, I hope that this helps and you kind of know the challenge that you're up against so that you can go into your prayer closet and ask for the strength to endure and not give up along this journey. So yeah, that's all I got for you, girl. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I guess we'll chat it up in my next video. All right. Talk to you later, girl. Bye.